Attention. Attention. Please cease operations. Repeat. Please cease operations.
Be advised, content in this video is intentionally provocative. It's meant to elicit discussion and to provoke debate. While everything you're about to hear is indeed based on certain known facts and realities only, study, research, and experience, the things I talk about in this video are opinions first and foremost and should be taken with a considerable grain of salt.
Oh boy, is this gonna trigger some of you. Jacob Rosenberg was a professor of fine arts at Harvard University between 1948 and 1964. He said that quality in art is not merely a matter of personal opinion, but to a high degree objectively traceable. Let's take Picasso, for instance. His art is indeed subjective as far as someone might or might not like it, but what is objectively true, measurable and quantifiable is the sheer number of hours over the many decades he diligently spent studying and improving his craft with rigor and discipline. He didn't, although at one point I'm sure he could have, merely throw a bucket of paint on a canvas, call it a day, and demand everyone to subjectively like it because it was the work of Picasso. No, he always strived to do better, to achieve more, to refine his technique and delivery, as do all honest artists. Or take figure skating. If you're honest with yourself, you will admit that there's a reason why grace, technique, and artistic excellence is judged by experts in the field and graded accordingly. Surely you would disagree with a skater who just threw himself on the ice, fumbling, tumbling, and stumbling, and then demanded that his routine would be accepted as valuable just because art is subjective and that is how he expresses himself. Let's also talk a little about enjoyment, because I often see this used as a measure of quality. I enjoyed that photograph, thus it is good. This is wrong and far from the truth. Just take a look at what music most people find enjoyable. It all sounds the same, it's all made according to a template, and the metric is how good it will sell. Financial viability is the standard and not quality. If you go to the cinema and enjoy a movie, it doesn't mean it was a good movie. It just means you weren't bored and offended by what you saw. There are certain measurable metrics according to which one can make an objective judgment of quality regarding a photograph. One of them is composition, rule of thirds, golden ratio, leading lines, rule of odds. These are all objective rules and measurable standards according to which one can deem a picture to be good. Then there's exposure, well-balanced tonality, detailed highlights and shadows, correctly exposed skin tones, etc. Or focus, sharp subject is a must. You can't shoot a portrait with a fast lens, have the tip of the nose to be sharp and the eyes blurry and say, this is subjective, this is how I feel like taking the photo. No, you don't. You just missed your focus. Then again, a picture can be perfectly executed technically and at the same time be fully devoid of any meaning and soul. It can be razor sharp, correctly exposed and well composed, but say nothing, stir nothing in the viewer. It can be perfect yet instantly forgettable. Thus, the key is in first knowing the rules, the objective and measurable standards of good photography, in order for you to later be able to make informed decisions on when to bend or break said rules. And then, to be able to convey a meaningful message through your photos. A good photo is one where you spend 2 minutes wandering your gaze all over the frame, looking for meaning, imagining what goes on there. A bad photo is one where you just glance at it for a split second, scroll on to the next and forget it at once. Now, I'm aware I'm possibly not going to be making any friends with this video, but I think this is worth putting out there because lately I've been seeing it more and more often when someone would cower from criticism and excuse really bad and boring and meaningless photographs behind claims like art is subjective, this is how I express myself. All that instead of taking the criticism to heart and improving one's craft. And this is harmful to both the artist and the public. On the one hand, the artist never gets any better, and on the other hand, the public gets used to mediocre, at best, if not plain bad art. So no, photography is not subjective. You're just doing it wrong.